Kylie Minogue is one of our most successful performers as an internationally renowned artist. She's a big part of our music collection because she's obviously recorded so many amazing songs that have become favourites for generations of Australian audiences. So it's wonderful to have her represented in our music collection, but also to have that amazing array of costumes that really show the evolution of a performer of that status. Her imagery has evolved over the time, and to have that all captured in this collection is really, really significant. She's also a Melbourne girl, so it was really important, I think, for her to have this collection here in Melbourne. So the first costume that Kylie donated came in 1990, which was just after her first Australian tour. Over many years later, we received hundreds of items in a major donation that came in that was just extraordinary. I mean, it captured every aspect of a performer of her status, and then also have it beautifully looked after and identified for us so that we knew a lot about the designer, what the actual performance was that she wore the costume for, the dates, the venues. So that was amazing to actually receive a collection in such good order. Since then, there's been a number of smaller instalments, and more recently they've been focusing on her concert tours, which have been growing and expanding, and those costumes are just quite phenomenal. Every costume in there has been considered and designed for a very particular purpose by leading Australian designers, leading international designers, and in many cases by Kylie herself. She's often designed and made or altered costumes, and they're all in there as well, which makes it even more special. So the idea for this exhibition grew out of the most recent donation of costumes that Kylie gave to us. The beauty of having this collection is that we can go right back to the very beginnings of Kylie's career and watch how her stage persona has evolved over that time, and the different designers that she's worked with, her stylist that she's worked with, and how that's helped shape her career. We just thought we have to share these costumes. They're so amazing. From that, we started to develop the themes. So there were 5 themes in the end, and we could show the chronology, really. That's sort of the form that we took. So from the very early days when she was doing small budget tours and working with local Australian designers and maybe having 2 or 3 costume changes, to where she is now, where she's working with leading international designers, and there's usually 7 or 8 major costume changes that include head-to-toe extravaganzas. Then we can bring in the exhibition designer, who was Anna Treglowan. She's a well-known Australian theatre designer. It was great working with Anna because she really injected, I think, a sense of performance and theatre into the space, which we said from the word go. We really want visitors to feel a little bit of what they might feel when they go to a Kylie concert. We worked with Anna to develop a floor plan and make sure that all the themes were very easy to navigate for visitors. And then we had to find a way of displaying costumes on open plinths, which is always a little bit scary, but we didn't want them to be in glass cases because we wanted people to have a really good view of them, but we also need to make sure that they're safe. She did that by creating really tall plinths, sort of framing mechanisms so that they were set back from the visitor, and they could be viewed in a lovely sort of staged perspective, which I think was really clever. So we worked closely with Anna to create the look and feel of the exhibition, and then once that had all been signed off by Kylie and we had the concept ready to go, and we also included Kylie's feedback into the design as well, we then made sure it was all sent out to be constructed. And then when it came to installation, all that hardware was constructed into the proper areas of the exhibition that we developed. Costumes that had all been dressed over many, many months. That's quite a laborious process that required a lot of skills, so that was amazing to have a great team of people working on that. Once they'd all been positioned on their plinths in their themed areas and in their right groupings, we secured them and made sure that they were going to be safe. And then the big projection, which was a sort of core part of the exhibition, because we really needed that to help create that energy that you might feel as a visitor to a Kylie show. So once that was all set up and we had the volume right and we had the lighting right, we were able to open the show.